What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we got to blow a little bit of snow. We got about 8 inches. We got a big storm come through the Midwest over the weekend and early this week. And as you can see, I got a couple of machines behind me. I got the Toro 60 volt single stage snow blower. Then I have a gas powered Toro 521, which is an old machine. It's from 1989, but it still works and runs really, really well. Back in the 80s, Toro built these machines for work, and they're hard to kill. I still really do like that machine. So for today's video, what I wanted to do is I wanted to talk about electric versus gas. Now that that's sort of the big debate nowadays, everyone's looking at electric equipment versus the traditional gas equipment. So I want to see how the electric equipment performs in comparison to the gas. Now this is an older machine, right? Still works great. Doesn't have the fancy quick stick, doesn't have the the hand warmers and all that fancy equipment, but you know what, it gets the job done, and this thing's an absolute beast. So I can't wait to run it in this thick snow. So let's go ahead, let's get both these machines fired up. Let's talk about some of the features of both, and then we'll take a look at how well it removes all the snow from my driveway. Now the plan is, if you can see my driveway and you've watched my videos in the past, you'll know I've got a really long driveway because I have a rear entry garage. So I have 100 feet of driveway space that runs from the street down to the back of my back pad here where we pull in the driveway. So I want to do 50 feet. I'm going to do half of the driveway with gas. I'll do the other half of the driveway with battery. And I want to see how long I can get a runtime out of a single battery in the Toro 60 volt blower. And then of course I got to do the sidewalks because everyone in the neighborhood walks dogs. I walk my dogs every day, so I need that to be cleared off too. So let's go ahead and get at it. All right, just finished up using the 521 and it looks great. Cleared the snow about as expected, right? That thing does a really great job. You can see on my snow bank over here, I've got a good 8 inches going on. This was about 15 minutes worth of work, so no problems at all. So let's go ahead and let's fire up the electric 21 inch and we'll see how it does. I've got a full charge on the battery. I'm just going to run it till it's dead. Let's see how long I can get. I'm going to try and get all the rest of the driveway, the sidewalks, and if I got enough power, I'll do the neighbor's house too. I'm pretty impressed actually with how the 60 volt handled the snow. If you look at, you can definitely see down in the concrete, it definitely got lower to the ground. It cleared it just as quickly as that big gas machine back there. So far pretty impressed. A couple things to note about the 60 volt is it's really easy to start. All you have to do is pull back on this lever and hit the blue button to power the machine. And I actually did that entire pass with eco mode on. So if I did it in the full speed, it probably would have done it a whole lot faster. Let's check battery life. Battery's still full. Wow, okay. let's keep it going. All right, so job is done. I used both machines. I gotta say, I'm really impressed with the Toro 60 volt battery powered snowblower. Both of these blowers, 21 inches. The 521, the Toro, is, like I said, from 1989 on the manufacturer's date. 5 horsepower Tecumseh, and then the 21 inch battery powered, brand new. Toro sent me that for free to give a review on. I gotta say, I am really impressed with the 60 volt, how much it was able to keep up with the 521 gas power. I was able to do half of my side driveway, the second half of my back driveway, and then also both sidewalks where we walk the dogs. And well, let's see. Still got half a battery left, and I ran half of that second pass on full throttle compared to the eco mode I was using on my driveway. So overall, super impressed with the Toro 60 volt. I think there's a lot of upsides to battery equipment, as I was somebody in the past who kind of downplayed battery equipment. I'm really big on, you know, my gas powered machines and my mowers and things that I use. But I've got to say the Toro 60 volt line is really kind of changing my perspective on that. The batteries are very powerful. They last a long time. The equipment is very well built, very well designed. And it's just really surprised me at how well this stuff actually works on the battery powered side. So another thing I like about it is the LED lights, because my Toro 521 does not have any lights on it, which is fine. I'm probably never going to use it at night just because it is so incredibly loud. But the battery power blower, it's so quiet you could actually use it, you know, for as long as you need to at night. You're not going to make any of your neighbors mad because it doesn't really make a whole lot of noise. So the lights are actually really nice, and they're actually very, very bright. I've used that a couple of times, that snowblower at night, like an inch or two of snow, and it's worked really, really well. I didn't film that just because I didn't think that a snowblower review in 2 inches of snow was really worth my time. But overall impressions, that thing is awesome. At the time of this filming, retail price is about $649. That's with the battery. You can buy it tool only without the battery and save a couple $100, but overall that thing worked really well. And with that, I got one more thing to review. You know how when you use a snowblower in your driveway and you got snow banked up against the garage door and it's a real pain in the butt to get out? Well, behold, the 60 volt snow shovel. I'm going to use it on my sidewalks, and I'm going to use it to clear out all of the area up against the garage. It's hard to get to, so let's go. All right, so in closing, this thing's actually a lot of fun. The power shovel actually will throw snow a whole lot further than you would imagine that it would. It does have the single stage impeller on it as well, just like the snowblower, and you know, cleared my path here with no issues. Looks great. So overall, you know, I've used the snow shovel a couple of times. That we had a few snows just to kind of clear off the path for my dog, and you know, it works really, really well. I think it's a good option for anybody that has maybe a smaller driveway or really doesn't get a whole lot of snow. this would be a good option for you if you really don't want to go all the way up to a snow blower. So overall, I really like the Toro 60-volt equipment so far, especially the snow shovel and the snow blower. Really the only downside that I can think of on this equipment is if you live in a place where you get a whole lot of snow, the battery power equipment may not be the best option for you, simply because if you run out of battery life, then you have to go back and recharge it before you're able to use your equipment again. One other nice thing to note too is that if you have the Toro 60-volt line, if you have multiple tools, you don't have to keep buying batteries, as the batteries are interchangeable, so you can use those in multiple pieces of equipment, which I really like, so it saves me money on buying batteries. I can just use the same one for all my equipment. So if you like my reviews, leave some feedback down in the comments section. I'm happy to answer any questions that you guys have. Make sure to like and subscribe to videos. And with that, see you guys next time.